Huck, man, he's so bossy.
But I can't load the muff map right now.
Why not?
You're going to have to go muff free. It just won't load.
A lot of muff.
Life without muff ain't worth it.
You.
I don't want Mufasa the Lion King. I can never remember that guy's website. I got it.
I'll just read.
Let's watch the sausage being made, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning?
Yeah.
I'll start this show. Welcome. This is Frequency Frenzy. Oh, I guess it's my show now. So we do this thing every so often. We try to do it at least once a month, and sometimes we do it on holidays or very close to holidays, like we did it the day after Christmas, and now we're doing it the show before New Year's. And I don't know, when is the 31st? Is that still...
It's
Is that
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh, Clubhouse is on Tuesday night. We can't interrupt.
They're probably
Clubhouse.
doing a rerun though.
They're probably doing a rerun. I was like,
Are they?
What? What?
Well, we can talk to them. If they're doing a rerun, we might do this story. Like, we can watch their show while we play poker.
Oh,
we can make fun of them.
I think we need to do a New Year's Eve FT8. Yeah, poker. Absolutely.
All right.
During StreamYard, during Clubhouse. There you go.
So Jim is showing us his muff right now. Tell us about your muff, Jim.
I was just getting it up for. Never mind. That doesn't sound right.
Whoa.
So it looks like 40
Morning,
40
Andy.
megahertz is kicking butt across.
No, that's 40 meters.
It is meters.
I'm just kidding. It's megahertz.
See, you confused me because I didn't want to sound like
Like Frank's 9 megahertz?
I wasn't going to mention Frank's name. I'm like, no, that's megahertz. He's lying to me again.
So what Frank was doing, if you click on the FO, F2, I helped him troubleshoot a little bit afterwards. Look at the top. There's a FO, F2.
Total bro.
Yeah.
You're such an awesome bro.
So that is critical frequency in the F2 layer, which is the highest layer of the ionosphere. And that means that's the highest frequency that will be reflected directly back to Earth if shot up vertically.
Oh, that's interesting because what that's showing me is right now.
But nobody does that shit. You know what I mean?
The 11 megahertz DX is working right now.
Yeah, so you like for 40 would probably do pretty good. But then if you look at the muff, this is just basically around skywave propagation. So
I can't make that no bigger.
When you look at like Oregon and Washington State and all that, they're still pretty low because they're still in the darkness. Once that D layer, well, actually D layer does absorption of lower frequencies, but once you start to get ionization, you're going to see that come up, which might happen during the course of the show.
There's a lot of DX on 10 meters right now.
Yeah, T.O., you were saying that. Have you already been on? I haven't even got it fired up yet. I got the radio
I've
on.
got DK and IK. I'm seeing it. Like, there's very few U.S. stations in my decode window, which is kind of interesting.
That's the way 15 was for me the other night. It was all Asia, pretty much. Asia and South America.
All right, our next. I already have this. Already have the sprints queued up.
I saw that.
Wow.
And it's going to start in 5 minutes and 50 seconds.
You will go through the rules.
Please, sir. I'll let you do that.
All right.
You're better at it.
Let me bring up my screen instead. All right, so this is our scoreboard, frequencyfrenzy.live, and you guys can go see this and see yourselves in real time. And guys is a generic term. I called my daughters guys when they were being brats. Guys, knock it off. So, take
People
offense to
call
it
you
all you
out
want.
for it in videos too, because
Right. All right. So this is
life.
if you click on settings, this is the settings of the website. So you don't want that. If you click on help, this is the settings of your software. And there's one setting in particular that is extremely importante, and that is the secondary UDP server enable.
Why is it all messed up right now? Like our faces are covering the instructions.
Because we have the ability to rearrange StreamYard, and I was hoping, somebody could help out.
How's that?
That's good. All right, back to where I was before I was rudely interrupted. All right, secondary UDP server. In your WSJTX software, if you go to the File menu or the WSJTX menu, if you're privileged enough to work on a Mac OS machine, and you choose Preferences, you'll be able to pull up the Reporting tab. And the Reporting tab, this is at the bottom. So make sure this checkbox is checked. And then server name or IP address needs to be this string of numbers, 167992052. And it will be on the help screen, so you don't need to write it down as I'm telling you. It's already written down for you there. and the port number is 22388. If you're one of those weirdo whack jobs that uses JTDX instead of WSJTX, we love you, just slightly less. Then you want to do pretty much the same thing under the reporting tab. It's just laid out a little bit differently because they're a little quirky, and that's okay. But same thing. You get to use TCP instead of UDP over there, so you might have an ever so slight advantage if everybody else's internet is not as good as yours, or if yours is really, really bad, because that's going to say, did you get it? And then the server will respond back, yeah, I got it. Leave me alone. So that's the things that are important about getting your software set up. Now we go over to look at the rules. And if you have in your reporting tab, prompt me to log QSO, you will get this dialog box that pops up at the end of your exchange. And you want to set your transmit power. Cheat all you want. This is all about cheating. As much cheating as possible is encouraged in this because there's no such thing as honor among ham radio operators. So put in your power that you're using, and lower power, greater distance gets you a higher probability of having better cards. And then I click the retain button so that my cheating and lying can retain itself all the way throughout the stream in every contest that we're doing. And if we scroll down a little bit more, here's some more info about what that probability is based on distance and power. So if you guys want to analyze that
Go with God.
to death, go for it. But it's just ever so slightly a little bit better chance of getting a card than you had without using power and distance.
Apparently, we have one in the chat, Steve.
What, a cheater?
No, one of those.
Oh, I expect that out of Hank.
I use JTDX when I use my Sun SDR because it supports TCI, which is that protocol that allows me to do audio and CAT over IP. But some folks were saying the 10 meters. Too, you said it, and some other people were saying this is the 10-meter propagation map. So what you're seeing right now. Now, what's interesting about this map is that you can get single sideband or like digital CW. I'm sorry, CW, not digital. So you get two different measurements on there. You can see CW's doing a little bit better, but that's looking pretty good. And then you even got some stuff over here in China.
This is
So
based
the
on actual
CW
signal reports, though, right?
And the CW,
Yes.
the CW piece would be pretty relevant for FT8 because it's down there in close to the same area.
I don't disagree, but I can't imagine that being at 14,300 and killing the maritime mobile net with FT8 is going to give you worse propagation than being at 14,074 where you
Right.
belong.
Right.
Well, see, if they're doing it based off of propagation reports, then that's where mode will come into it, right? Because CW is 50 hertz wide versus 2.7 kilohertz wide for as a single sideband. Now,
Right.
FT8 is just as slim as
50 hertz
CW.
also, yeah.
Right.
So I
1
would
minute
think
to
that
go, folks.
CW is probably what you would think about for digital. And I never saw this before, but if I highlight this one, it says 28 megahertz at digital level.
So maybe that does mean FT8.
Yeah,
Or we can get
here
Eastern
would be
China.
20 is looking pretty dang on good too.
Steve is right.
40.
10 is lit up like the Rockefeller Center at Christmas.
Unless you're over here. Oh, I finally heard something. On 10.
Ooh, speaking of heard something, let me wait till after we get the sprint started. We got 30 seconds to go, and then we'll talk about the donations to keep the stream alive from Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a couple things. I want to do an email. I want to talk about an email we got
Okay.
also.
We got an email.
We got an email.
Yeah, I just hadn't forwarded it to you yet. I mean, it's in the car email. If you wanted to go look, it's there.
I'm looking.
Chip chop, son. You'll know it when you see it. I mean, it wasn't a bad email. It was a question, and I just thought it was something worth talking about on the show.
I think you're right, but I haven't seen it yet.
It's
Anything's worth
past
talking about on the show.
2 or 3 days.
Did you guys drop something?
All right, start your transmitters, folks,
It is
did.
if you
Here.
haven't already.
go time, people. Steve, I'll let you mess with this then, since you've already got it displayed too.
Okay. All right, I have dropped the link in the chat to support the show, and we have some people that did support the Frequency Frenzy show
Yes, we
on
did.
our Thursday night. Looks like Liberty Cave dropped in $5 We don't call them super chats. It's buy me a coffee because we're not eligible for super chats on this channel yet. We need more subscribers. Tell all your friends. Make them subscribe. Just steal their phones and subscribe on behalf
Subscribe
of them.
for them. Get on your wife's
Yeah.
phone. Don't look at the
Right.
photos. Just subscribe to YouTube on it.
And then our buddy Dave, Shooter Ready Stand By, donated 3 coffees. I guess that's how that math works out. So $15.
Dave.
Thank you very much, Dave, and Liberty
Dave.
Cave. So if you would like to support the frequency frenzy propagation, the takeover dominance,
Link.
to continue our
He's right there.
our reign as the best FT8 poker game on the internet.
Are we the only one?
Well, we're the best,
Still the best.
and we're the premier,
We're the premier
and the
That
most
is-
innovative,
Yes,
Oh,
Doc,
definitely.
you do.
right?
Doc, it's 5:00 somewhere. I mean,
That's right.
What are you
know.
drinking? You guys drinking?
It's just past
Coffee.
5 o'clock here,
This,
but it's
this,
the wrong
this might
5.
be coffee.
Right.
no, this is definitely coffee.
And not only might
So
it
what
be
is this?
coffee,
What is this email?
Did you find
looked
it?
up-
Did you find it
coffee
yet?
Ever.
No.
Talk about the coffee, Steve, while I get this
Well,
email.
you get that email? So you can get this coffee at hamradio.coffee. And this is a French roast, which is good for QRO. So, it's big and bold and strong and put hair
New
on places
customer-
you don't have hair.
New customer message from December 24th, Ape.
And then we have our morning net, which, as you can imagine, the morning net would be a breakfast blend. And then we have one more, which is actually something you guys probably should be using today. And this is the Private Reserve, which is good for an extra 6 dB. And that is very helpful on a sprint morning, a contest morning like this.
Contest.
How are we doing, Steve?
Ready for you.
So we got an email from a potential customer, and this was from our website. And he's talking about using an 897, and he's wanting to know what
Oh, that
kind
was
of
Chuck,
ant-
Andy. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Chuck was supposed to remind me of this. I'm gonna deflect to Chuck.
I did remind you.
He
of it.
reminded you
Yeah.
yesterday. I was here. I remember that.
I got up at 2 a.m. this morning. I ain't got time to remember yesterday.
We had to pass a kidney stone. What are
Thank
you
you,
doing up at
thank
2
you,
a.m.?
Andy. Hey, my kidney stones are my business,
Don't,
and when they show up in your mailbox, they will be your business because
Right,
now they're
don't-
getting mailed to you.
don't assume my bathroom emergency at 2 a.m.
Right.
Yeah, Andy
Thank you, Andy.
donated on Coffee and Ham radios, so it was a little different. And I
That was
happened to
actually
be
like
in
an
there
extra-
when he did it.
That was extra hard work, Andy. So I appreciate that even that much more. Back to
Andy
you,
is both the Andys are outstanding supporters of our channel. The Andy
Wonderful
Army
people.
truly
Wonderful
represents.
people. Inside and out.
Thump wants us to sell tea because it tastes better.
Tea that we ain't in Britain, son. We
Yeah,
dumped
but
all
why
the
don't
tea in the harbor. I'm just saying.
Move across the pond, buddy. Just
So this gentleman emailed us, and he says he has a used FT897, and he's trying to figure out
Does he have
what
the
kind
original
of-
box?
what kind of. Shut your mouth a minute. What? I can't read for laughing. What kind of antenna he should use? So he lives in an HOA and wants to put something in the attic. He's a tech. Just got his license last month.
Hot damn, son.
And the reason I want to mention this email for a couple reasons is
it's a tech.
the last bit here. His Elmer said he don't need to worry about no grounds.
Well, there
And
you
he's
go.
going to buy an antenna book to check. So
We're
he's
gonna
making
argue
it
about ground this morning.
he's making an appeal to authority already because he's saying he's going to buy an antenna book, and we know that someone loves his
Yep.
antenna books.
Well, I wonder if you'd be able to do
depends
ground
on
wave
his-
propagation without a ground.
It
just-
could be problematic. I'm saying.
So I would say, he's a tech, so he can do 6 and 10, right?
Yeah.
Basically, if he's doing HF. So,
I mean, he can do 6
I-
to 10 wrong also.
But he could also
I would
do other ones with CW.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the problem is an attic is only so big to start with. So my first guess would think, well, actually, it depends on he doesn't tell us if he has the tuner, right?
He's got an 897. Yeah.
They have an external tuner, and I don't think they don't come with it.
No, they
I think
don't.
it's aftermarket.
France.
So I would my first lean would be to an infed half wave, but if he doesn't have 64 feet, he's kind of. I mean, he could.
I mean,
wrap
that
it around
wouldn't
in
that
there.
wouldn't be uncommon.
Well, he
64
could do a 20 meter and
Yeah, you
fit
could do it.
halfway.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
even a
do it
10
shorter.
meter. Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I would do a dipole. I would do the Mercury and just set it up for now, since he's a tech. Set it up for 10 meters.
Or well,
Probably
20.
the
He
best
should be
of
able to
any
get
of them.
20. I mean,
So-
unless he lives in a really narrow
He can't
house.
do 20 though. He can't.
I don't
He's
know why he's
32.
asking
Oh, no,
about
he
an
can't.
attic
He can't.
antenna
That's
and
right.
grounding. Those two things do not go together.
Well, what I think he should do is go watch the HOA Hams channel.
Yeah.
And that guy's super crafty, and he's really good about
Hiding antennas.
hiding antennas. And I
Yeah.
guarantee he's probably got 5 or 6 antennas that he could use.
In violating the living bejesus out of his HOA rules.
You damn right.
So here's the
and then when HOA comes to you, this is personal experience. Deny, counterattack. That is it.
Your
Only
MO.
way.
That's your MO. That's
Right, right,
You don't like me because they call me the ape. You don't like me.
right. And then I immediately start in with if so and so's got a truck with a company logo parked in their
oh,
driveway,
and
that's
anytime you can call somebody Hitler, you've already won the argument.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you need to pull
Right.
out the Hitler card.
I have
Yeah.
learned that
right.
from our government.
Refer to the HOA as Nazis.
So I, have
got,
had trouble.
I got 2 questions out of that email, and I wasn't sure when I first read it. I thought he was asking what kind of antenna he should use with his 897. And then there's like 2 or 3 things in there he's kind of mixing together.
yeah. I didn't get that part about what antenna.
I just, he mentioned it right off the bat, and then he moved into HOA and attic and everything else. And
Did he say HOA?
yeah,
Just attic.
Yeah, he's in an HOA. So he feels he has to have an attic antenna. Now, the Poseidon, if you use black wire instead of blaze orange,
You probably
You
get
know.
away with it.
you can get away with a whole lot of
Well,
nonsense with a Poseidon up.
I don't live
Available
in
on
an
Amazon.
HOA, but can't you put an antenna up temporarily for like
like a
when you
day,
want to use
yeah.
it type thing?
Yeah.
I don't have an HOA. I'm not in a HOA, so I don't.
Yeah,
worry
me
about it.
neither.
Stop bragging.
Ain't no
But yeah.
ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
And I actually
son.
have a little bit of property, so I can put stuff up. But
So I got a question for y'all. I ran an antenna. Granted, it was a hamstick. Let's just start with the shame there. Indoors.
Boy.
So let's
Oh
double
my
the shame for indoors.
let's
And I was able to receive signals, but no one was able to hear my signal. Now, this hamstick did work outdoors in the same location. It just did not work inside of doors. Is there a problem with attic antennas running indoors like that?
They
Well,
work,
sometimes if you
but
have that metal
not as good.
coating on the exterior of your insulation,
Yeah, like that foam board with the
Stucco.
The
yeah,
silver
the
stuff.
face. Yeah.
Stucco.
that's going to be a problem, right? And then if you have any metal in the roof, that's going to be. A
I
problem
have an
too.
all metal roof, so an attic antenna is.
So I just light your roof up.
Yeah.
Just
I've done it. I actually did.
Put a screw into that thing and go.
I actually did. I went outside and set it up and used a pair of jumper cables
The other thing
and
you could do is
FTA'd it on 80
gutters.
meters with my roof.
Hook it. Well, you can't leave. You probably can't leave your Christmas lights up all year round, right?
Oh, this is Alabama, son. It's a law.
I mean, in a HOA. but I would you could hook a dipole or an infed half wave, which would be the easiest because then you wouldn't have to tune it, and just run it around the gutters and just put them in the backside where people can't see it. Just get it off the gutters a little ways,
Yep.
if you can, or just along the roof line above, above the. I would rather have it outside,
I agree. Outside's better.
and
Yeah.
the gutter antenna also would be good. But a lot
Wow.
of people in HOAs use flagpole antennas.
Them
you
shits
don't
are
sell.
expensive though, son. Like a flagpole
Oh, it
antenna's
is.
like
They're
$500.
It's
ridiculous.
expensive. It is.
Flagpoles
expensive.
are ridiculous.
Yes.
You make them yourself. Well, I would.
well,
You can, and what
was
you want to do
But
is
Chuck, you're the premier antenna builder on YouTube. I mean, I tell you
Yeah,
this
but
all the
it's not
time.
that-
You would build one, but half these guys can't even run coax.
okay. Hear me out.
can
Buy a DX
But-
Commander
yeah.
mast. Spray paint that bitch silver. Right? Put a little tiny
Put a flag
flag on the
on top
top
of it.
and run your wire up it. You done. It's a flagpole. You shut up, you anti-Nazi communist hater. That's right.
You need to have some sort of flag on there, though. Right?
That's right. And
Any
ooh,
kind.
oh, you could fly other flags that would really, euphobic.
people.
Oh, give you extra privileges?
Right? You see what I'm saying there? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, like the pirate flag.
That's right.
That's the one I was talking about.
Hoist the black, son. That's right.
How we do it? We should get back into the game here for a second, and I'm going to talk about our Chronos a little bit.
Were we in the game?
It looks like Johnny Hayes is winning. Did he win?
Johnny Hayes is
over?
winning with a pair of ladies.
Oh, look at that! And I
Is the game over?
on top.
No,
of it.
we still got about
That's
5
because
minutes.
he's a nerd.
Johnny Hayes.
See, this is why I wanted to shrink the sprints down because most people have their 5 cards by this point. In the
See,
game.
I thought we wanted to go longer.
but we
was that-
got argued. That was
I would say
Thursday.
10 minutes tops.
Okay, well, they're all 15 today.
Well, can't we
So
just
it's a-
change that real quick?
No, next show. It's that's work. We don't do work.
It's like
I'm
almost
getting-
as bad as
hard time
math.
getting 5. Period.
We have a newly minted general, KC1 VBX Mike.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Congrats, Mike.
Mike, way to
Mike.
go. Very good.
So we are moving ahead on our Chronos. I've got. We have to decide on one part still, maybe 2 parts still. But those are pretty easy to get. And then I'm doing a. I'm building a little template. I think what I'm going to do to help people out is I've actually changed this.
Write the word
already.
top on it so they know which side goes up.
Yeah.
No, that's so I don't mess it up. I think what I'm going to do is go through and just take a spring-loaded center punch and punch a spot for people to drill them so they get them. And then if you don't want it drilled there, you can drill wherever you want to. You just have a small little punch hole in there. It's not a hole; it's just a dent. And that'll help you guys get them. And I'm setting it up to where this. Yeah, can't see it, so I'm going to set it up so that you sit this as a diamond instead of square. And
But you
the
said you
only reason
wanted to
I'm doing-
mount the base plate inside the box, right?
Yeah, these are actually long enough in front of this that they
God damn.
you can mount it on the inside, which if you take and when you mount it, you put some silicone around it and then pull it in, it'll seal it also. Which I think would be a good way to seal it. You just gotta
Thump's
get the
calling
right
you
size
out.
hole.
He's telling you to get your shine box.
Oh, he sure. Oh, snap.
But I think that's a template.
You know what?
It's a template
what?
dump. It's not. You're not.
Show me. Give this again. This has like 4 layers, four walls on it. Thump, and it's already for the right size hole. So I don't know why. What
But you're just
talking about.
marking the holes there. You're not. That's
But
not
I'm just
part
going to
of the
mark
box,
the holes.
right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to mark the holes.
You know, we could print
So-
that on paper and it'd probably be a little easier.
Believe me, it's not. It would be easier if you're going to send it to people, but it's not if you're actually using it to do it.
Easier to
tape?
ship, not easier to use. Ooh, what about a sticker?
Could do a
There you go.
sticker.
Stick it to the box and leave it stuck?
I don't know, man. So stickers sometimes they get to. You ever see people's cell phones and they got one of them
Old
protectors
stickers.
on there with all them bubbles all in it and everything like that?
Hell, that's
inside
the
the
back
box.
window.
No,
That's the
it'd be
back
outside.
window of a lot of people's cars when they roll their own
Why
window
somebody
tints.
would do that, right? Somebody's like, yeah, I'm going to tint my window, son. Going to look good, and then they put it on there.
And they got
Well,
more.
there's
They
more
got more
folk that don't
bubbles
have
than a
3D
Diet Coke
printers,
and a
Jason.
Mentos. That's right.
Is our game done?
Like, why? Why would you do that?
Jason, here's the thought on that thing. Chuck's made a great template, and we can include the STL file with the documentation. And
that.
if you print it yourself, you're done. And if you need someone to print it, drop a shout out in Toad's Discord because there's about 100 people in there who would 3D print that thing for you.
$29.99 shipping and
I
handling.
think it's going to work also for the side one if you just put it back in there and then drill your hole in the side also. If you use the far right one. And then we need to decide how do you guys
Should we look
install
at that
yours?
whole, before he gets going too much? Where are we at on the thing? Hold your
I
thought,
asked you that-
Charles.
I asked you that before you started talking again, but
5
you
minutes.
didn't do anything.
The
Still 5
game
minutes.
just ended. The game
Just
just
ended.
ended. Next round in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Congrats to Johnny Hayes.
Yeah, Johnny. Is it
And then
Johnny
look
or
at that.
John?
Our very own Chris Anderson comes in number 2. Mm-hmm. I can't control that, just so you know. I can only put it on the screen and down because that's somebody else's window.
That was mine. T.O. had it up earlier. I didn't know if I was still.
55.
Okay.
I was going to ask you guys. I know how I mount my Chronos, but we're not going to include that. I will put it in my video. A couple ways to do that if they want to do it. Abe, do you hang yours with a? I think you said you used like an eye hook.
So I have an eye bolt at the top of it.
Eye bolt.
And I just run one of those Velcro things that we have through that eye bolt and then just Velcro it to my mast at the base.
Yeah, my way's way better, but yeah, that worked, I guess.
So things have changed here.
Things have changed.
Not
So
at Chuck's house yet. Chuck is still in the dark up here,
But it's going up, right? What does it say
yeah,
now?
It's starting
43?
to get light. Starting to get
And then
light.
what's a green one say on the over like
on the FOF.
No. On that one
That's
there you
19.
go.
That's 19.
So what was it before? It was lower than that though.
It
wasn't
was like 12 or 13, I think.
yeah.
But I mean, it's changed. We've gone up 3. Yeah, that's probably about right. It's gone up 3 or 4 megahertz
Nice.
just right now. And then if we look at the FOF. Oh, this isn't the map. What was the map you had up, Abe? You need to show that one again.
The
Hold on a
propagation
second.
map.
Yeah, the one where you were showing the different areas.
By signal report.
John said something
All right.
about printing your own box. I think he was talking about, but it's just not worth the price. If we'd have them printed, and the whole kit would cost more. And
Yeah.
People make boxes.
these boxes are stronger than any printed box.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
So,
Now, if you
so
learn
Print your own if you
Go
want
for it.
to.
40's looking pretty good. 20's looking fantastic. Look at that 20 into
Oh, wow.
you might
all the
even
way-
call that Asiatic Russia, right?
You could get to
And,
Hayden, too.
There's 21 and there's 28. Yeah,
That
right
was-
now 20 would be well, I don't know.
Nice, Scott. Thanks.
We'll have to look at that. I have never warmed up to Grid Tracker. I've played with it multiple times. The interface on it just drives me nuts. And I mean, it
kinda-
seems like a cool program if you can get used to it. But
I think you just called somebody's baby ugly.
no,
is.
I'm sorry. The interface is what I can't stand. So
Notice I didn't say whether I agreed or disagreed.
I know you agree.
I got to do a video on
We,
where
why I
I'm
don't
we,
at.
use it.
we have dropped a turd on that baby before. It's a cool program for what it does. It does good stuff. I just, the interface makes me nuts.
What are you talking about?
Grid Tracker.
Yeah, I don't use it. It seems like it's a pain in the ass.
Thank you.
It's got a million buttons. It's not. It's worse than a Yaesu menu. I'm just kidding.
I
but,
think it's more complicated than Ham Radio Deluxe's damn menu. And
you know,
that's
and I've
saying
watched a couple
something.
videos where people are like, "It's very simple to see. If you wanted to," and it's like a million freaking clicks and all that stuff.
Right.
It just
Right.
maybe
It
it's
is
awesome.
cool. It is cool that they have the muff in there and the FOF too, but
Yeah, don't need it.
1 minute till the next sprint.
we are almost there. Warm up them transmitters again, peoples.
My radio's got a fan mod, so the fans just spin all the time, keeping her nice and cool.
So people complain about the 710 because the fan runs a lot, but
So if he bought a
Probably
Mercury,
a good thing.
so if our guy bought a Mercury, Chuck, he could just pimp that thing out for 10 and he'd
Well,
be
you could do a
good.
fan, right? You could do 10 and 6. The problem is that 10's a big band. So if he was going to do FT8 and FM repeaters, that's a tough tune. You know what I'm saying?
the problem with the
Mm-hmm.
Mercury would be that he'd have to get up there to change it every time.
We could do a fan dipole though, right?
You could build
fan
traps.
dipole, it would actually be better.
Yeah, or traps, either way.
50 megahertz trap probably going to be.
Or just get some ladder line and do a. Well, we don't know if he has a tuner. Didn't give all the info. So with what he's got, I would do something that's a dipole would probably work the
Start your
best.
transmitters, boys.
But hey, the thing is our antennas are portable antennas. Now I get that you can mount it in there and leave it there and all that stuff. I just tell him to go check out HOA Ham and figure out the best HOA buster he could find.
I think
Could
that's
we-
actually, yeah, potentially.
So The Delta Loop configuration is actually a pretty good antenna for indoors, and isn't our Poseidon the same transformer?
It is.
I played
So
with it.
a
It
Delta
didn't
Loop
work
would use a
right.
4-to-1.
But is it the same 4-to-1 or is it the other 4-to-1?
If I was making the Delta Loop, I would use the other 4-to-1. Right? I would use a Balun, not a Nanan, because no, they argue that like crazy. But I would use the balanced one.
I already played with it. It wasn't too impressed with it so far.
Hey, man.
You can do it, but you can do a Delta Loop with just a 1-to-1. And just
Yep,
cut it
sure
for the
can.
band. Just cut it for the. That would be better probably. You cut it for 10. Actually, that might work pretty good in his attic if he's got a tall attic.
Chuck is saying,
And
Chuck
metal.
Schultz is telling us there's no FM from Tex on 10 if he remembers right.
That might be right.
I don't remember. I don't know because I was a tech for like 30 minutes. So
I guess we could pull up the chart and
Perhaps
figure it
if
out.
we had some vast repository of knowledge that was searchable. One damn minute, Admiral.
If I could find my glasses, I could read this thing and tell you, but I don't know if I can read it without them.
Prep Ham
10?
Paul, HOA Bob. If you guys are not looking at HOA Ham's channel, you should. Bob is a
I think he's
nerd.
got one tree.
He don't have many trees. He lives. He's in Florida, right? He's down by Tampa somewhere.
He's got a tree out there, but I don't necessarily. It's like one of them juniper bushes that going wild. I think you know what I mean. It's not
Ornamental tree, not like a real tree. And Bob is always working an angle around. I mean, that's his gig. His
whole thing is about HOA stuff, and he does a fantastic job. with it.
yeah. So check out his channel.
That's a shack in the box too, so he could technically.
The 897.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he could do some other like because he can do 2 and 70.
Prep Ham Paul just told Jim to get a shine box. He says he knows HOA Ham. He wondered about the guy asking what up. That guy sent us an email. We don't know much about his setup.
Yeah, we just know he said HOA. He has an 897, and he's going to have to probably do something in his attic, and he wants to buy an antenna book.
See, I would just steer clear of the attic stuff. I'm sure you could get some
I
kind
would
of
too if
stealthy.
he could.
Well, I think
Wire
to
across
get
the roof is good.
I think to get started, I would tell him a 10-meter dipole. If he's a tech, there's 10 meters. Go with
Yeah.
God. And 10 meters is definitely worth playing with right now because it's
Get you an old TV antenna. Those aren't illegal in HOAs.
You know what? Some
What if you
HOAs
did
6
they
meter.
are.
What if you did an infed for 10? He could probably still get 6 off of it, right?
Maybe.
I don't know if does that radio have 6? It may not have 6. Isn't 6 the one they added later?
What did he say? He had an 897.
Yeah.
97.
yeah, 897.
That may not have it.
Aren't there a couple of 897s out there?
Never
The 897 and the 897 Delta.
Something
Delta
like
being the
right?
one that doesn't burn up.
I
That
thought
seems
that
to
was
be
the
the answer.
850. I thought that was the 857.
The 857 is the mobile. The 897 is the hardened mil spec box.
Okay. I have
Well,
the
the
57D.
The 897D.
That's the mobile.
It has
The
a
97 is about twice the size.
It has
Okay.
6 2
Built-in
meters
battery.
and 70.
What does? Both of them.
The 897D.
It has 6 though. That's what I was wondering.
It says providing coverage for 160 through 10 meter bands plus the 6 meter, 2 meter, and 70 centimeter
So it does
bands.
have it.
That
But some of the older
sidecar
radios
tuner
didn't have it.
is just hideous.
It's ugly, John.
It,
And hey,
it's
John,
a,
good
it's
morning.
a metal
How are you,
box
buddy?
slapped on the side of a slightly prettier metal box.
It does look like my first ham project I built or something. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Well, it's something.
it
I
is
mean,
one
I
of
don't know
your
about
better-
all that.
No,
It's
it-
one of your
it-
better portable radios
looks pretty
because it
crappy.
doesn't draw much. It's
Oh, yeah.
very low draw. Less than the 897, I think, too, or 857.
Thump's got one. He's got an 897 sitting over his house.
He does.
Bump is a Yesu boy.
I should see. I should
John,
be
I
like,
just
"Son,
called your baby ugly. I mean, the tuner does work good. I like LDG tuners. I just wish that they, kind of looked a little tiny bit like the radio they were being bolted onto.
Well, didn't Yaesu make one too?
Yeah, the
Casey made that, right?
FC20 or something like
It's
that.
a weird one to find too, if that's the one I'm thinking of. Because I don't think it's in
Paul's saying
production
to
at
get
all.
an ATAS. I'm not the biggest fan of these ATASs.
It's a decent compromise, but so is everything else.
I mean, if you're going to throw something up in the daytime, I would rather do a Poseidon than spend the money on an ATAS. Number one, of course, I know we're selling Poseidons. That's not my point.
But I would too. Now,
You
if I
can throw
had
the
a car,
Poseidon up and take it down in no time at all, instead of screwing with a $300 ATAS plus a tripod, which if you buy one that actually will hold the ATAS is going to be another couple $300.
But the other thing is that what you have to do is you have to use a Yaesu radio.
Yep. Because you ain't going to
There's a
auto tune.
controller.
Well,
Just-
you've improved both
Oh, I
things
see
right
your
there.
point. I see your point. You're using the damn
You've,
Yaesu.
you've improved the whole setup using the Aces. So.
Look at this prep hand
Paul,
Paul. Is he
really,
being
Paul?
a wise guy or something?
He's
I
being
don't
a
know.
wise
Yes.
guy.
This is the same guy that has laid down the speed challenge. He says he can build it faster than Chuck.
Yeah.
There's a guy that has. I would encourage everybody to Google him. It's called extreme toroid winding, and he's actually skis down like a ski run while winding a toroid. So
You are making that up.
I
No.
swear, I swear to
Drop a
God,
link.
it's hilarious.
Drop a link on us.
Drop a
son.
link, son. What?
I didn't want to say anything, but
Chuck can
He's
do
acting
that
like
too.
it's real.
Prep hand Paul, when by the time you get done,
It'll be
winding your
yesterday.
Toroid, I'll have mine set up. I'm just saying, it'll be out in the yard set up, cut, ready to go. You did a good job. I'm not saying anything bad. I didn't see the tune. I didn't see one with the tuner on it from the Yaesu tuner. In the pictures I was looking for. Let's see what
See our scoreboard here.
Hopefully, I posted the right link in there.
Holy moly. Chris Stevens, triple kings.
FC30.
Andy Moran got 3 8s, and he was probably excited until Chris came up with 3 kings. David Lee, a pair of aces. Balmore Mike, pair of 10s. Daniel Holcomb, a pair of 4s. And now we get down to the runts. And there is our top. Look at the Swede is rounding out the top 10.
Andy's got 3 8s. Look at that.
Well,
3
sweet.
kings. Wow.
Yeah, he'd been in here. He wanted to know what he won, and somebody said April dance if you win.
Nope.
Uh-oh, Swede just got bumped into the second top 10.
Oh, see, that's what you get, Swede.
Got replaced. Where am I? 1.
You're number 1? I doubt it.
Oops. Didn't want to do that.
I didn't even set up for today because I knew that by the time we got done, I might have some propagation here.
Okay. And we have this one should be about over with here. 6 minutes. Yeah, I think we need to go back to 10 minutes. I'm not doing 15 again.
Look at Garth. Garth, if that's all you got, that's all you got, man. Hey,
All right, take a look at
Jim.
this, folks. Go ahead, Chuck.
Ooh.
We can
I
look
was
at
gonna
eye
say,
candy for a
Jim,
minute.
you
Oof.
oh, look at that.
That is ugly.
So Jim, you were talking about buying an ATAS. You should have been on Jason's thing last night. They had them for about $320.
Yeah.
The one on
I-
the Toads Discord is cheaper.
is cheaper.
Oh, is it?
And
Oh,
and I've
okay.
talked myself out of buying it several times. So
Yeah, so this is what our friend John Gendron has, and I'm not trying to shame anybody in the chat named
Shame.
John Gendron, callsign NJ4Z, but you see
who
this
lives in one of the
LDG tuner
Carolinas? Yeah.
bolt on to the side here, and it kind of even has feet on the side of it where feet don't belong, and it's like this square box. Meanwhile,
Why?
this FT897 is all like sexy and rugged looking, and
It does. That radio's hot looking. It is.
now
I almost bought
let's-
one at Quartzsite 2 years ago.
Let's compare this to what the Yaesu tuner looks like, and I'm sure that the LDD tuner is a 10-to-1 and this is a 3-to-1. But look at that; that still looks like ruggedized and military spec, and kind of meets the brand language of
I'm
the
still seeing
radio.
the same thing.
We're saying the same picture, Steve.
How about now?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it kind of matches the radio a little better. That might be a 10-to-1.
Oh, Johnny G is he backtracking. He said he just likes them. He doesn't have one.
Oh, okay.
Let's go back
Stay
and take
safe,
a look
Tom.
at that other picture there.
This one?
That one had
Now
the
listen,
feet on it,
man,
too.
I am not making fun of MFJ because I like MFJ, but that LDG looked like made by MFJ all over it. You know what I'm saying? Like that folded. What do they call that?
Bent metal, yep.
It looks way
That's
different.
like the AK-47 style of tuner.
Somebody made that in their
Yeah.
garage metal shop.
They got a word. They got a word for it. I can't remember what it is, but
White trash?
I guess. I mean that. Come on, man.
Kmart?
I think that looked low rent as hell.
You got
right?
you got to spend money on that, you know.
Hey, what is that? That's probably $150 to $200 for that tuner. A hammered metal finish. That's right.
That's the nicest thing about it.
Hey, think about it.
It does look
20 or
terrible
30
against
years
that radio.
later, and Icon brings a little radio out that doesn't even have a tuner built in. Still.
Oh, there we go. Now who's deflecting?
I have that radio.
Oh man.
I have that radio. And then if you want one, you can buy theirs, which is bigger, almost as big as the radio, which
Yeah,
is
it's
pretty
huge.
huge for QRP.
Huge.
They want to know if
For
that.
like $350 or something.
Look, the tune button's not lined up with the light.
Oh man.
It's the angle.
So
No, it's not
for
like
the anal retentive bros out there that can't, they'll never
These
be
are
able to sit
hams.
still.
Of course, they're anal
still
retentive.
now.
It's the angle of the picture, man.
Look at this. Chris is blaming his antenna for his problems. See, you should have bought a car antenna.
See, he's got the JPC-12, but isn't there like two of them? There's like the regular one, and then there's the knockoff JPC-12.
I think JPC
knockoff of
is
the knockoff?
knockoff.
Did he get the one off?
JPC
Chris, did you
is
get the
the-
one on Temu?
That is the knockoff.
Yeah,
It's a
that's the knockoff of the buddy pole.
Buddy stuff, yeah. Buddy stick.
Some people say that they're actually the people who make the parts for Buddy Stick. Now I don't know if
Ooh.
that. I don't know if
Ooh,
that's
look
true
at
or not.
Russell. different
Look at
parts.
Russell's cards. If he had all hearts, it would have been even better. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's our first straight, isn't it?
Jim, your screen is sharing now. Show us Russell's cards.
And foe. Russell has got
Oh, 9, 8,
5,
7, 6,
6, 7, 8, 9. Full straight. Very good, Russell.
Is that the first time we've seen one of them?
No.
That's the first one.
No.
No, I think that's the
It's-
first one ever.
No, it ain't. I've had a straight.
No, you did.
Yeah, I
Never
did.
straight.
He wasn't called straight after Jim had him.
That's right.
This one's still going. How long did you set these up? 20 minutes?
15.
And then we got,
So we got
complaints
a
in the
minute.
chat about that today.
A minute 45. Well, yeah, we're going to go back to 10. This is
And Jim's
awkwardly
got
long.
2 cards. Jim's got 2 cards.
Jim hasn't been paying attention mostly to the thing, so
Oh, okay.
Jim has 2 cards.
France.
Mr. Straight. I've never.
I
seen
didn't say I had a
before.
straight today, Charles. That is not the first straight. I've had
I
a
didn't
straight.
say- I
Other
didn't
people have
say
had a
you
straight.
did say that.
I've never
did I?
seen a
Oh, I
straight
said-
on here
I just
before.
called you.
Yeah, we've had
Ecuador.
straights before. We've had.
It might have
straights
been the
before,
day that me and Ape didn't come to the show, maybe.
probably.
Because you guys did a Christmas or a Thanksgiving, and we were busy.
Yeah, we did Thanksgiving last year.
Thanksgiving, yeah,
It was Thanksgiving
All day.
last year.
Like 5 hours long or something.
oh wow.
yeah. Woo. I had to take a couple of Newport breaks on that one.
Couple. Well, John says we did, but
Well, I got a pair of
like
jacks.
I said, it must have
Nice.
been when I was.
Yeah, we've had straights before.
me
That
that
ain't the
jack.
first one. We ain't got a lot of them. They don't happen frequently. Usually the winner is a pair of 3s or something. And see, this is
Yeah, I
this
know,
is
Andy,
get
right?
a pair last. I didn't even get a pair Thursday.
y'all are killing it today because we've got triple kings up there that are not going to win.
8-minute run.
I know.
Yeah, I'd be pissed about that.
Andy Moran.
3H would usually win.
Because you
Three
know,
aces.
Chris,
Pair of
Chris
aces.
Stevens was like, yeah, boy, I got
That's
me, I
right.
got me trips. I got me trip kang, son. And then all of a sudden you lose. That would be
Oh.
terrible.
Oh, straight on the ATAS. That antenna don't work.
In the middle of a Poda Rove.
Click-
Okay. Wow.
Click on him. See if you got any DX out of that straight.
He said a Poda Rover.
So he's
Check
sitting
the
in the
log.
middle of the car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check the log.
Let's see.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he
did get
got-
some DX.
He got some DX.
Just the one.
Yeah.
No, he got an extra contact in there at the end too. That's probably the matching suit.
Probably.
It looks
So-
like the distance might be all the same.
We
So-
had Russ Brown, Chris Stevens with
Happy New
Triple
Year,
Kings. Who
He must have been using ground wave propagation for that DX contact.
stop it. Killing me, Smalls. Killing me. David Lee,
Straight
not
across
Ross,
the ocean.
got a pair of aces. Steve, our very own KM9G, got a pair of jacks.
In fifth place.
All these
Balmer
first
Mike
10 would
has a
have
pair
won
of
most
tens.
nights.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell,
would have.
Chris Anderson with a pair of sixes would have won most nights. Charles Schultz, Chris Anderson both got a pair of sixes. The Swede pulled back into the top 10 with a pair of fives. And Kansas Jeff Darby got him a pair of fives. Moving on to the
Killing it.
second top 10. Daniel Holcomb with a pair of fours, and then we get to the runts.
Hey, look,
And-
Uncle Don's here. I haven't seen him in the comments. Hey,
He has been,
Ooh,
he
that's
has
gonna
been
stick.
pretty quiet too.
Uncle Don, that's gonna stick.
Oh, I'm with it. I'm down. We're gonna call him Uncle Don from now on.
That's gonna stick like stank on cheese.
I mean, where is Charles Thompson?
I'm not even playing.
He ain't playing.
Oh, you ain't even playing. Okay.
There's-
He's in the dark
The
over there in
sun, the
California.
sun just now started coming up.
He could have been on 40.
Could have been. I don't even know if 40's got anything on it right now. 40? Well, no. This time of morning for 40. If I wanted to get
Ooh. We could do
radio
that.
stations from China or Japan, I could do that.
China.
That's about-
What does he
What's
say?
that?
What is old Bricker saying there?
He's saying put CQFF in your TX6 macro spot. So you're calling CQ frequency frenzy.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Just let them
Yeah.
know what's going on. They'll be like, "What is this CQFF?"
That's right.
All
Be
the
like, "What
OMs
up,
gonna get
son?"
their-
It's
our
not a
secret
contest. It's not
It's
a
not a
contest.
contest. And we're on the work bands.
It's that
You
internal
should see
private
my
handshake.
screen right now. 20 over from a broadcast station in Japan or China. I don't know which one it is. I can't speak the language, so. You wanna
That
hear it?
actually means that nobody is going to reply because I'm calling CQFF and they're not FF.
Right.
Unlike CQ POTA, which is like a magnet.
I think I need to get
The Swede is running JT65. said he once tried doing a POTA with JT65. Son, go home. You ain't done no POTA with digital mode until you've done SSTV POTA.
Yes,
That's right. That's right.
I want 10 pictures.
Is that considered a digital mode? I guess it is, right?
Just as it's just as digital as APRS and FT8 is.
Yeah.
Nothing is digital. Everything is analog.
Well, so they claim that CW is the original digital mode. But is it really digital? I guess you could argue that it's binary, and then you
It's
could say
binary-ish,
is digital.
It's
Yeah.
not binary.
No, not really. Mm-mm.
Well, it's all for on, right?
It's the fact that there is multiple numbers of elements per
Right.
letter. If you can grok what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like
if
the
it was all
numbers might
5
be
characters, if you had
It'd
to
be
put in
bought out.
5 characters every time. Yeah.
Then it would be digital or be binary, right?
Trinary. There you go. Jeff's got it. Trinary is the closest you could get to saying what it is.
Base 6 or something. Yeah.
Right, because like you mean it's trying to be digital.
Yeah.
Well, because there's on, off, and space. So there's at least 3 things. Oh, Don is volunteering to make slides for NSS TV show. Thank you, Don. We'll get
Thanks,
you on
Don.
next
That's
Thursday.
awesome, bro. Thanks.
Perfect. I think that would be a great SSTV show if everyone does AI pictures of the smoking ape and shares them on SSTV.
I got to make an adjustment to my microphone, so it's going to.
Is that what we're calling going pee?
Microphone.
Oh, no, he's not leaving. I thought he was leaving. That was just his
It keeps
code.
driving me crazy.
I got an emergency pee.
10 seconds. Next.
Morse
next
code
one,
wasn't
next
made
sprint.
for radio, though. It was just adapted to radio, right?
Now
Didn't
he's got
Morse
to pee.
code start on wires,
Yes,
and then
hardwired.
move to radio.
Yep.
Go, everyone.
Go, go,
We're
go,
started.
gadget,
We're
go.
started. Go, 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 go.
And it wasn't even beeping; it was buzzing. Bzz, 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 bzz.
Beeping.
Well, I was thinking, and we've talked about this a little bit before. We didn't implement it today, but we
Clacking.
need to. We need to put in 3 or 4 call signs. That if you
It's in
can pull
there.
our call sign We won't tell you what band we're on, but if you can pull our call sign, you get an ace
Yeah.
or a
If you
joker
pull
or something.
KM9G, you get the ace of spades. I remember that's
No,
how we
that's
set it up.
that's mine. That's mine.
Oh, you switched it?
Should be. I'm
You
probably
ain't no
going to die
diamonds.
before you.
That's true. Just,
I don't
mathematically and
know.
probability
Not from what
speaking.
I heard yesterday, Jim. He's been out riding hills on his new.
Is it-
125.
Prep Ham
Has he got a
Paul-
sore booty? Is
I
his
do.
is his sitter sore?
No, I think he had to walk it down the hill.
Oh
I did.
Lord.
Way home, or find a different way home.
Well, no, that hill was so steep. There was no way I was riding it. It was steep, sandy, and covered in gravel. That's
No,
just a
Paul.
death
There's one
trap.
more after this. We're running till 10:30.
Stupid
Alrighty.
ass Mike. Looks, you can see it
Look at-
moving.
the Swedes already got an 8. He's leading the pack.
If you got that Heil boom arm, you wouldn't have that problem.
It's because of the way this table
And Jim
now
Perry
is.
are close behind. Oh, uh-oh.
Chuck is the
John
king of
Hayes
hearts.
just took over.
Yeah, we need to start a Deadpool for car.
Paul is switching antennas. He's going from the Poseidon to the Air.
You know what we should. You know what we should do. Do it all the same. All the
It's
same.
my hand.
All the same suit. Ace, King, Queen, Jack, and then all you have to do is get 2 more cards to make it. It's a good straight. It'll be almost impossible. Look at that.
I've not played
Cody-
with the
Cody
rule
just
set
went to the
building, but Steve knows how to do the rule set stuff. I've just never done it. Probably figure it out.
front. Cody just
It's
got
don't know about
hard to
that.
make
an
the rules
ace.
for a contest because it has to be challenging, but not too challenging.
Right. Let's see where we are. We have an ace,
Cody.
king, jack, jack in the top 5.
Chris, I thought it already was in the rules. Were you talking about Chuck's thing?
What do you mean, Chuck's thing?
Chuck ain't
just
seen
mentioned
this
the
thing in 20 years.
3-card thing with a wild card thing. Chuck's got that Dunlap thing.
We call that a tool shed.
Looks like Cody over there. They're dropping an ace on everybody.
Oh,
2 aces.
snap.
2 aces.
I'm immediately going to accuse him of cheating.
Yep, he's figured out something.
He's got a scam. 2
I told
aces.
everybody to cheat. That was on the table.
Cody probably
Oh,
changed
the
his
Joker
power to.
rules.
He probably changed his power to 1 watt.
Right, probably in the log anyway.
Right.
He's got 12 element Yagi pointed to Japan or something.
Well, not secret call signs, Chris. Like our call signs, for example, but we just don't tell you what band we're on.
Right.
So you'd have to find us.
Well, all you'd have to do is put it in the damn alert app, whatever it's called, Ham Alert.
Yes. Or
Just
grid
because
track,
you know how to ham better than somebody
or
else.
grid tracker, Ape. If you use that thing,
Yeah, I ain't going to use no grid tracker.
copy that.
N8YO cheated at the old game. This is the new game. The cheater of record in the new game is Liberty Cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did cheat. I don't remember exactly what he did. He put his power down, right? Isn't that what he did?
No, he copied his log lines and resubmitted them so that he
Multiple
got
times.
the same cards over and over again.
Yeah.
W6IR.
Yeah, he did cheat.
Hey, Hank. This guy's call sign is WX9WTF. I like that.
Bet you do. Cody, he let us down with a 6 this time, though. He's 2 aces and a 6. They're filling up. Michael,
Sam, why would you have
ace
FEP
3.
Labs in your ham alert in the first place?
Morton, if you get Ape in the log, yeah, good luck.
Ape
with
is
that.
running his K-Toads.
Right. So, what's his head? Prep Paul's over here still saying, maybe
All
my
right, Hank, I'm
chat's
coming for
frozen.
you.
I think my chat's frozen because he says he's still waiting for the Chronos. But he said that earlier.
That was like Thursday he said that. Yeah, you're on the
But
wrong
anyhow,
thing.
the we just sold out of the first run of 25 of them.
On the waiting list?
In front of us. He didn't see the memo. Maybe he's waiting on it to get there.
Chris Radio and Life's got four wheeling and Steve in his.
So I got to tell you, Chris is saying you can't blame a person for trying to be inventive with gameplay. And listen, the only person you're cheating is yourself. Right. When you decide to do this, you're robbing yourself of the opportunity to earn recognition and acclaim with your peers, honestly. It's like that Christmas story, right? When they tell the kid, the teacher sitting there saying, I'm sure the guilt that these boys feel.
Your mother must be pretty low down for you to cheat at a ham radio internet card game.
Oh my gosh. Okay, if you're going to answer me, then freaking answer me and quit ignoring me over and over. God, I hate that. Yeah. I'm sitting here replying back to him multiple times. It's come on, Cletus.
See, that means what somebody's doing to you
Yes,
there
Chris.
is that they're DDoSing you.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right.
They're like, I'm going to make sure that old Perry don't win this one. I'm going to DDoS his ass.
Sandbagging.
I'll keep answering his CQs and then ignore everything else.
Well, the problem is if you have it on auto answer, you know what I'm saying? That like
Right.
you're doomed.
You're doomed.
And auto answer is the way to go. See, Uncle Don over here saying that they're ignoring you on purpose.
They probably are. I don't care. I don't want them anyway. N0JJ0, JJO. And I give them like 2 tries and then we're out. There ain't nobody got time for this.
My rule
Nobody
is
moves
3.
in on our frequencies, Clay. Nobody. We've been holding these frequencies for the net for the last 15 years.
We're gonna hold our next net on 14074.
Right?
I mean, technically, right? It's all gentleman's agreement.
Right? Be like, excuse me, but in the test it says nobody owns the frequency.
That's right. We're going to be starting the XYL net here in about 5 or 6 hours. So we're
The double XYL net.
the double XYL because you married her twice, you idiot.
I meant she's no longer a YL and she's no longer married. There you go. There's been a request. Those are just his normal glasses, Paul. It's okay.
Right. I don't see them. They're probably still in the basement. I'm still in transition from moving the shack from one area to another.
How long does that transitioning take?
It's probably going to be a while.
You still have an Adam's apple, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but look
So-
here. I just brought this up last night.
I think he got that.
I was
This is
trying
my
not
little bench here with my Yaesu, my 2-meter rig on there.
Look at that. So you
That
get
was
on the
your potty
repeaters?
stool when you were a kid?
Yeah.
You do a lot of 2-meter up there in Nebraska?
I used to do tons of it. But
He was net control, son.
now that I'm back up here, what I can do is I can just hook my J-pole up inside this room. And
Oh, yeah, you're out of the basement.
right, so now I'm really excited actually to get that going again.
It's the over-under on how long that'll last before she puts him back down there.
Right. I'm waiting until she tells him to build a portable building in the backyard and move his ass outside
I would love that.
with all his batteries.
I would love it. I would absolutely love.
The secret to a
If-
successful marriage. Give her the gift of missing you.
I love having it out there because I can go out there and ain't no rules.
Where you can drink your Dr. Pepper and your Newport and get
I
away
can
with it
smoke
clean.
and drink at the same time inside with the heater on or the air conditioning.
It's going to be the climate-controlled cigar bar.
I'm thinking about after we're done here, driving up to the Waffle House and get me a ham steak, some scrambled eggs, and some white toast.
Is that
I
country
cooked,
ham?
It's actually like a mash's ham. It's just like ham steak.
I cooked Conecuh sausage and creamy cheese grits and biscuits this morning for breakfast.
I'm gonna throw this microphone out the window. I just had enough with it.
Your microphone has dysfunction.
It does.
Well, so before you got in here this morning, I was in here and then he popped in and I've got an echo, and I'm like, what the hell? And I haven't changed anything. Nothing's going. I can't figure out why I have an echo. But he says he doesn't hear an echo. I hear it in my ear. And then Chuck gets, and I'm toggling things on and off. I'm like, no, none of that is all right. I haven't changed anything. And Chuck gets in here, and Chuck's like, hey, I can't do a Chuck voice.
But I'm 100% Sass and Jim. I'm like,
say-
dude, you always say you
Yeah.
didn't change something.
Yeah, he's like, and he says, Ape says, and I find the one who fixes the problem is usually the one who caused the problem, and I'm getting all sorts of ape shite thrown at me, right? Like a howler monkey at the zoo, he flinging the poo. And then Chuck gets
say,
in.
hey guys. I
Hey
go-
guys, hey guys,
I
hey
go,
guys.
hey guys. I go, we have an echo. It's the first
And
thing
I'm
I
like,
said after
well, isn't that interesting?
I should have started saying that I had one too, and then it was it was Chuck. I hear all of a sudden I heard it.
Oh, it was so
wouldn't
funny.
be.
So
I was
Ape
hoping I was on the
figured
right
out what
mic.
was wrong. It was Ape.
It
that.
was
Was it?
You had the microphone problems yesterday though too.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
And what that means is all week long, when any of my work calls, I'm sitting there talking to. I was sitting there talking into the wrong mic, so my mixer wasn't. The USB wasn't all the way seated.
So you
So
were
I'm-
talking to them highfalutin work people on the ghetto laptop mic or something?
No, on the one on my webcam. There's the webcam mic, even worse.
Still ghetto. Ghetto work.
It's horrible.
Oh my gosh.
It was the worst. This thing is getting on my damn nerves.
The stand?
I live on the border, Andy. All right, what I got to do here is I got to.
Tighten your nuts up.
The southeast, northwest, central border.
Right.
I don't miss having a mic on the desk at all.
Well, it was fine. Once you get it dialed in, it's fine.
Yeah, but that could be forever.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Where are we at? 2 minutes left, guys. And we have Russ Brown leading the pack with a solid 444. Cody with his pair of aces, and that's all he got. Chris Fluga, pair of sevens. Daniel Holcomb, pair of sixes. The Swede poaching the top five with a pair of threes. Al J.
It's almost
Hodge
his bedtime, isn't it?
has two. No, it's like past his lunchtime.
Like I said.
Who, the Swede?
The Swede. And the top 10 is just sad because there's runts in here in the top 10. You people
All right,
need to
I
do
think
better. You
think I
people need
got
to
it.
do better. And I'm down on 31 with nothing. Yeah.
Really? I hate it when you're logged into a website and you refresh the page and it logs you out.
Yeah.
So we had somebody buy us a coffee over at our Buy Me a Coffee link to help support the show. And it was Jay, W9JCR. Thank you, Jay.
Awesome, Jay. Thank you, bro.
Thanks, Jim.
Oh, I got me some four-wheeling redneck.
Well, yeehaw.
Yeehaw. He answers his FT8 calls, unlike some of these people.
Some people's kids, man.
Right? It's like playing cards with my brother's kids. Nerve-wracking sons of bitches.
Mm-hmm.
What was I going to say? Never mind. Billy Bob Thornton. That was his stellar role in Tombstone. He's been
He
in
was
a
pretty
bunch
good
of
in
other
it.
shows. He's a damn good actor.
Chris is just giving it right back to you. You don't always answer either, Jim.
Maybe I didn't
Jim-
want to.
Jim is antisocial. Even when he answers, sometimes it's not an answer.
So there was a lawyer series that Billy Bob Thornton was in, and he's in a new one now called Landman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it's freaking hysterical. The first
Hey, Lord.
episode is just epic.
I watched a couple of those.
I just watched the first one the other night. My minion at work told me I need to start watching it, and it's great. Billy Bob was in the first season of Fargo, the TV series Fargo, too.
Listen, this Tyler Sheridan or whatever his name is, I can't get behind this guy. Everything's a commercial for this guy, and he's got like 15 shows, and Landman's one of them. I'm having a hard time with it.
Westerns are coming back, man. Jim, tell us about this game that just finished.
All righty. We got about 5 minutes till our next game. Let's check that real quick. Yeah, 4 minutes and 18 seconds. And we wrapped up with Russ Brown and triple fours. Cody Isham ended up with a pair of aces. Chris Fluga with a pair of sevens. Daniel, this pretty much stayed the same. The Swede slid in with his triple threes. Al Hodge got his pair of twos. And then rounding out the top 10, Chad Moser, ace high. Mike Treadwell, ace high. John Hayes, a king. Andy Moran, a king.
King.
A king. And then we have Paul, Garth. It's all Runt City after this. Love you guys. Mean it long time. Can't read all them names in a timely manner. And rounding out the bottom.
What's your name read?
Yeah.
Can you see who got the furthest one?
I don't
Look
know.
at the bottom. There's some kind of
Bottom, there's
stats
some
table.
Stuff
Okay.
way down. There you go.
Oh, yeah, okay. Ooh. 9,600 kilometers. I don't know what that is in real miles.
Lord have
but-
mercy. What? I thought we switched this to
No, that
American.
was mine. I switched mine to American. Jim does not.
Oh, I can. I didn't know that I cared, but
You just said that you cared.
not enough to find it. So 9,600 kilometers is going to be like about 6,000 miles, give or take, 5,500, something like that. So not bad. That's our longest contact. But we had several that are, that top 10 of contacts was the distance right there. So, and the shortest contact we had.
Is that James down at the bottom with the Air KB1 WSE?
That's Cyber Jason.
Oh, it's Cyber Jason.
The closest contact was 483 clicks on 20 meters.
I think he was up to something, though, because what's he getting this error message for? He's probably trying to manipulate.
Manipulate.
So the downsides are that when my kid says, "How far is it to the back door?" and I say 16 meters, and she looks down at her feet, she can't understand it.
I don't understand
that's
why
all I
they
got.
defend it. I don't understand why they defend it.
Because people like to argue.
Well, I had the guy complain about me doing all the work to measure that the Zygu antenna. So I went back to him. I go, sorry, I did. Sorry, I took all the time to get all the measurements for you and didn't convert them for you.
Right.
I mean,
Ding
there's
dong.
two kinds of countries in the world. There's the country that walked people on the moon, and then the people who use the metric system.
That's
Oh,
right.
gone.
Well, we
If
do.
They didn't use metrics. They probably didn't ever got there.
There's two
Chuck,
countries.
you're
two
harshing
kinds.
my metaphor, okay?
The country that faked the moon landing and the ones that couldn't
Right.
even do that.
Right. We at least provided a believable fake moon landing.
All right, folks, it's going to get interesting this next round.
Uh-oh, Chris. Chris been in there messing with stuff. All right.
damn.
Get somebody.
Sounds like jokers are wild.
Debugging in production. Seems
Less
legit.
than a minute to start.
Prototyping, Chris. Prototyping.
The answer is clearly 9. Swede,
We
we're not going to talk
captured
about
them.
facts.
We
We're not gonna
captured
talk
them
about
in
facts.
feet and miles. Swede. Them Nazis was captured in miles.
No, I think they came here willingly, right?
Yeah, well, it was either that or
That or death. Yeah.
that or a firing squad. So yeah.
I don't know if that's captured. All right, 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Invited with much gusto.
Con mucho gusto.
Right.
That's about as much as I remember of my Spanish classes from high school. And ¿por qué yo nunca?
Donde duele? Soy paramédico. Soy bombero.
Is this your house? Is that what you said?
No, donde duele?
where
Where
I
does it?
started.
Where does it hurt?
We are starting.
Oh.
I'm not saying my Spanish accent is is any good at all.
Donde duele.
That's exactly what he sounds like.
Right.
Como estas?
If they're Mexicans that are from Alabama, I'm going to talk
They'll
slower
understand
with the
you
twang.
just fine.
Yeah.
Muchos
Donde
tortillas.
duele, senor.
Have you seen those
Jason
ear
convert
things
His videos. Didn't Jason convert his videos to?
to Spanish? I know
Mine
he,
happens
Or
automatically.
used
Oh,
to?
Lord. I can't imagine listening to Jason in Spanish.
right. I'm not going to do it. It's
Certainly,
so
certainly somebody converts it for him and does a voiceover.
Good Game actually did spoke Spanish in a couple of his videos.
Did he?
Like I think he had somebody ask him like some DMR questions. He was a Spanish speaker, and then I think he's like 80% Spanish speaker. I don't think he's all the way there, but he did it.
I mean, look at him. He's 80% Spanish.
Right. I totally see that.
Right.
We could do that, but unlike other people, we would be copying somebody else, and we don't really.
If we did
do
what?
that. Oh, let's make a deal on DX Engineering. Other things that we have done in the past have been copied.
Instead of gigaparts.
Yeah. We didn't do that though. It would be kind
All right, boys, you should have them lit up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cody's been the leader
WB9
a bunch of times now. Oh, he's got 2 cards already now. He's got a straight working there. 10-9. With Craig's right behind him with a 10.
Oh, we have, I cannot say your name,
Yeah.
OY1JD. I'm not even going to try, but
Jogman.
Morton is not the only European in here. Danielson. That's right, Mr. Danielson.
Bob.
I would guess Yogvan, maybe.
Yeah.
And Morton is so awesome. He uses all 3 of his names at the same time.
Doesn't that mean he's a serial killer?
Or a vampire.
He's not using his name Morton Sin though.
Amateur hobbyist is saying it's like Jug Van, so call him Jug Van.
Chug.
Somebody just dropped him lower there.
Oh my Lord! KI5ZUT has already blown us out with a 12,000 kilometer call.
Isn't that
is
like edge to edge.
That's like fakery. Like
pretty much edge to edge. Yes. Let me change my.
D2. Oh, he went into what is D2 UI?
Let me change my settings here.
Okay, so
Thank
T-Mobile,
goodness.
Yeah.
I
Everything's
know.
free.
So he got into Angola.
I was doing good on 10 meters. Nobody's coming at me.
7,500
Galo.
miles. That's awesome.
This guy in Angola though is he's a contester. So he's
And
probably
currently, the
really
shortest
nice stuff.
contact is Morton going to what is that?
What's
Germany,
it?
Morton.
I don't know.
422 miles. That seems about right. Morton's doing his NVIS.
Yeah, what kind of antenna are you using there, son?
He's got that weird pole. That's what's happening.
They're saying we should do a Let's Make a Deal Temu edition.
That'd be awesome.
Temu's getting in a lot of
thanks.
trouble right now.
I must confess, I have bought some things off of Temu.
Son. What they're saying is that a lot of their products are laced with forever chemicals and
Wonderful.
mercury and lead and all that other stuff.
I can tell you, I haven't bought any dog or cat food off of Temu.
No, but they're saying stuff like clothes, like clothing would have forever chemicals and stuff like that in there.
Yeah, you can. Wife buys clothes; they don't come from Temu. I guarantee you. I do. I got to share. I got to share something funny that happened over Christmas.
Eddie Bauer, PFG.
So, I had one micrometer here, caliper, digital caliper. Mm-hmm. And so I ordered some crap off of Temu.
Oh,
And then my Christmas present from the Smoking Ape showed up. And I got a really...
hold that thing up. I haven't seen them yet.
Oh, I figured this is the one you had.
No,
And I got this really nice. I'm going with this is really nice. I don't know. I haven't back checked.
It's nicer than the one I got.
Well, wait. So this gets better. So I got this as a Christmas present from Smokin' Ape, and I was like, "Well, isn't that funny?" Because I bought another caliper off of Temu, which came yesterday.
Oh, damn.
I have got, and I got two out in the shop because I had one I forgot I bought.
Is this the one? This is the $5 caliper that I've been using.
I think that's my other one.
All right. Since you have them both there, Jim, compare them side by side. Bring out the same thing and measure it.
I didn't even take this one out of the protective package wrap. I feel the radiation getting to me.
Chuck asked me. He's like, "Did you send me something?" I was like, "Yeah, Tiny SA." And then he's like, "I got these calipers. Somebody sent me these calipers."
No, I only got Jim something. That's only because it was used.
See, look, my old caliper. I don't know if it's going to come up.
This don't come with batteries. I don't come with batteries
fiber.
on it.
Nice.
Wait, the one I sent. The one I sent doesn't have batteries.
Oh, there's a pull-out tab. Now it turned on. No, the one you sent. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the China one.
The batteries are ready to go in the one you sent. It came with 2 extras.
So, all right, let's measure the remote control here. The Temu remote comes in at 37.6, and the Krynup. The difference in the way these feel is just amazing too. Because this one that I got, this comes in at 37.9.
Let's see, son, hold them up. We can't see nothing.
Are they both zeroed? Did you zero them?
Yeah, Chuck. I mean, measured at the same exact spot where the hatch is, so I can see that line back here.
There.
But that's the one I sent.
37.6. Yes, this is the ones you sent.
That does look pretty sweet.
This thing is hefty. I mean, this weighs.
It's probably made out of mercury and lead.
And I mean, you could use this for other non-approved purposes, I'm saying, if you had to.
Book.
Off book. And you can carry this anywhere.
Yeah. TSA's not going
Anywhere.
to complain about that.
This is my calipers. I keep these in my pocket protector for measuring things.
This one was $5, and it's pretty shitty.
Dude,
No,
this
they're
is
not
the same
metric.
one. This is the Temu one.
Yeah. How much did they charge you for that?
$5.
Yeah, this was $5 and like 10 cents on.
It looks
Amazon.
like the exact same.
What does the back of yours look like? Does it have like that carbon? It's the exact same one.
Yeah, this might have been $3 on Temu because I ordered some filament from them.
Well, I've had to replace the battery in mine.
How does the filament work?
Well, if you pay attention that it's a 250 gram roll instead of a kilogram roll, it works great.
Oh, Jim, look at your hand. Show us your hand.
Are you talking about the card game?
Jim got a
Yeah.
joker.
Ooh, look at that.
Nice.
Moved him to
Pair of
second
jacks,
place.
still not winning. 2 pairs is kicking butt. But I am in second.
How do you get a pair of jacks in second place when Dustin's got a pair of kings?
When he's got a pair of 8s. I think that one. Well, Chris said this is beta testing in production.
No. Below number 3,
Yeah,
Dustin Price,
that's
he's
not
got a
right.
pair of
That's
kings.
not right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something's not right.
Dustin, I would file an official grievance right now.
Right. I should be in third, and
Andy's
Andy-
got a pair of kings
you
too.
should be. You
Yeah.
should be in fourth. You
Andy
should
and
be tied
Dustin.
for fifth. You should be
Well, and then you should be in 6 because that's a pair of jacks too high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something's not right, Chris.
We know Jim is cheating.
Yeah, totally.
Then you called him out. Caught him.
Of course.
Old Don talking mess. There you go. It's a Kansas City Chiefs hand. Exactly.
The referees are in on it. Is that what you mean? Mm-hmm. I watched some conspiracy theories on one of those one time on YouTube. It's actually, it looked, after you watch it, it's like, yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I was all in. I watched one, and after I watched it, I was like, you know what? They are cheating. Like there was one particular referee that always happens to get their home games or something like that, and his percentage of calls against the other team is out of alignment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then when they're behind, all the calls go their way.
Right.
Every call.
I think that happens a lot. But I also think that you have to color that with every sports fan for whatever sports team it is thinks the referees are biased against their team. So there's some confirmation bias in there as well, is my point.
Nah. So if I take a look at this, and it looks like Prep Hand Paul. Well, what are they? Essential oils or something? What's he talking about?
Right. Former Eastern Bloc countries.
Oh.
Belarus is in the Ukraine, I think, isn't it?
Oh, Ed, I totally get that one. That guy. Yeah. His own people are saying, Angel, it's probably time you retired. He's a baseball umpire. And they did a lot of looking at his calls, and they are notoriously not consistent.
On the up and up. Well, a bunch of basketball refs got in trouble way back in like the 80s for doing the point shaving.
Yeah.
Well, then they had the one guy that he quit and then said that they were told to make certain calls just to make. They don't want a 3 and out or a 4 and out. They want it to go all 7, right? Because they lose money when it doesn't go all 7 games.
Right, for the finals.
Mm-hmm. And they were told to once one team would be up, the calls go the other way. And I don't doubt that because it's all about money, right?
100%.
Oh, Andy said he retired. I thought that was the plan, as he was going to retire. I had to suffer through several games with him. And he was a jackass. Yes, he is a jackass probably still. He's not dead. Angel Hernandez was one of the umps that if you looked at him cross-eyed, he'd eject you.
I think they'd need to do more of that, to be honest with you, though. When these
I
players
don't
start cutting that
disagree.
line or fouling people, I'll be like, "Get time, hit the shower."
We're talking
son.
about baseball. There's no fouls in baseball.
Well, don't they throw the ball? I thought they were all fouls in baseball or error. What do they call it?
Fouls as an out.
There's foul balls.
There's foul balls, but
Hey, fault. You got fouled.
So
You
there
get
is
walked.
fouls in baseball.
But in a lot of these sports, you see on
basketball is what I thought he was talking about.
Hi,
there.
Chuck.
Well, it doesn't matter. But in all these sports, you see unsportsman. What is Chuck doing? You see
What in the
unsportsmanlike conduct.
Holy Christ, is that his balls? What is that?
Wow, you would look there, wouldn't you?
I don't know what you're showing us. I'm
Every
frightened.
chance he gets.
I was scared. I saw something round and fuzzy. I was like, God
Look
damn,
at my
what is
key.
that?
I'm going to start doing some CW.
Oh, Lord.
Right in the middle
He's
of an
doing a
FTA
mole
game.
check. Preppy Paul says he's doing a mole check.
I didn't know what the hell we
Does
were
this
looking
mole make my FT8 look fat?
at. I was frightened by whatever it was. Oh, Lord. Daniel has ended his card pull with a pair of jacks. We have Craig Allen with 2 pair.
Oh, another Joker. Who did Kevin work? Click on them. Let's see if the Joker is.
Hang on, my phone is ringing. And they'll
One
have to
damn
wait.
minute, Admiral.
No, I'm muting him. Yeah, I know it ain't important because Macy's here, so it's not her mom calling me for anything. What am I looking for?
Click on the guys with the Jokers and see who the Joker was.
Okay,
It
Kevin
is a
Gillott.
specific person.
Yep. He got you for a joker.
Nice.
And I got
Chris.
Anderson for a joker.
So they're setting it up to.
And we have come to an end. And let's see.
So the Joker's in the last hand where Jim, Chuck, Chris,
There was 3 of them.
and me. And me.
Yeah. Okay.
That's who you had to work in order to get the Joker. But since Chuck wasn't playing, you couldn't get a 4-of-a-kind Joker.
That would have been pretty sweet. Okay, so we've got Daniel Holcomb with 2 pair as our winner. Daniel, congrats. You win our awesome appreciation for hanging out with us. Craig Allen with 2 pair, 8s and 7s. Kevin Jalot with 2 aces. Kevin, I don't know how to say your last name. Sorry. We're going to go with Kevin. I had a pair of jacks. Garth with a pair of bullets, queen high. See, there's some math issues here.
See, he should have been ahead of Jim there.
Yes. Yeah.
I think we
Probably.
just take Jim off.
And then we
Cheating
have
somehow.
Dustin Price with a pair of kings ace high. Andy with a pair of kings ace high. Tim Davis with a pair of jacks.
So G-Lot is our buddy Ham Man and CT.
Okay.
And he says it's G-Lot.
G-Lot. Copy, Ham Man. Scott Hawes is a pair of jacks. Dave Davenport. Dave has a... Are you still doing the TikTok there, Dave? Dave has a pair of 9s. Yes, you have a YouTube channel too, right?
What you mean TikTok?
Dave was doing TikTok. That's the tall redheaded guy we met at. Well, you weren't
Yeah,
there.
Ape wasn't there.
But I'll tell you this TikTok, they about fixing to ban it, right?
Again.
Very possibly.
Yeah, like for
Again.
the 15th time.
Baltimore Mike has a pair of 8s. Kansas Jeff Darby has... That sounds like his cowboy name. Kansas Jeff. I'm Kansas Jeff Darby. Pair of 4s. Morton Marius Wicken has a pair of 4s.
Oh, it's a conspiracy.
And then we
All
runt
extras
out.
in the top 10.
All extras in the top 10? Is that what you said?
That's what he was
That's
saying.
that's what he said.
And that is it, peoples. So we have antennas on sale, available at coffeeandhamradios.com, right down yonder in the Chiron.
For sale.
This thing.
For sale.
They're for sale, not on
What I
sale.
They're
Well,
not on
technically they're on sale all the time because
On
you
sale
can
would
buy them
mean
on a
that they were
sale.
cheaper.
It's
That
the cheapest
implies
place you
that.
can
That's
find
not
coffee
exactly
and ham
what it
radio
means.
antennas.
True.
Yes.
There you go. And we have
A
our
lot cheaper than
delightful
most things out
coffee.
there.
We have 3 coffees: Morning Mix, Private Reserve, and QRO. Morning Net.
Hottest.
All delicious, and those are available on a subscription from hamradios.coffee. Right now, we still have green tumblers available. And after
we
the
got 3
green
left?
green mugs, a handful. And right now we are down to a handful. So if you want one, chip chop, son, you need to be ordering them.
Look at that inventory management system at work, Chuck. We have a handful. The boy is on it.
I mean, I'd have to make kits otherwise. I'm just saying.
I'm going to say for the next set of mugs, if we do them again, we should get black.
Okay.
Because your
Is that-
black mug got stolen.
Because this is pretty badass. That's true.
Well, I'm saying like as the mug, not the tumbler, right?
The mugs. Okay.
It just looks, the logo looks good with that black and silver.
It does.
It does. All right.
A silver logo would look killer on a black shirt, too.
Somebody's already beaten you to that.
The Temu version.
Right.
Also, and Steve mentioned this already, please help us support doing this because this ain't free. We have hosting that we have to pay for. We have our wonderful developer, Chris Anderson, who does all the scut work on making this happen. So we are not monetized on this channel because we don't have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So please subscribe. Go subscribe your kid's phone. I'm going to go get mine to subscribe today. And help us get monetized. And until then, you can help us out by buying us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com.
.com.
And Steve, would you pop? Steve is already doing that link in the chat.
It's like I've done this before.
Yeah, you maybe once or twice.
Monday
All right.
night is the last Nuggets, folks.
What are we doing? What are we doing Monday night?
I have all of the parts.
No.
We're gonna be melting some lead,
Sweet.
slinging lead.
Awesome.
Is that roll your own TNC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got two of them. We're gonna do one on stream, and then I'm gonna do one off on a static video, and then our friend over at the Tarpon group has told me a way that you can connect the two of them together to each other with no radios involved and prove that they work. The last nuggets of 2024.
Yeah, the last one of 2024, not ever.
No, you guys can't get rid of me that easy. I can't quit you.
Well, unless the meteor hits.
Right. Right.
And we're all gone.
Right.
Meteor.
All right, I'm hitting the button. Everybody say bye. Happy New Year, guys.
Bye.
From
Bye,
Carr.
y'all.
Love y'all, mean it. Bye-bye. Button engaged.